So we finally reached the point of system compromise, and we're going to talk about the differences between successful penetration and compromise for just a few minutes. Basically, achieving system compromise is enacting whatever intent you had for that system or whatever purpose there was versus simply gaining access or utilizing an exploit. When you successfully penetrate a system or hack a system, that simply means that you've gained some form of unauthorized access to that box. That doesn't mean that you've actually used the box for anything. And that's where system compromise comes into play. And really, the definition of compromise can differ from one expert to the next, but for the most part, we can look at it at having complete control of the system and using that system for whatever your purpose is. So we're going to call it system compromise when the goal is met of whatever that server is intended to perform for us. Whether it be root access to a particular network or set of computers, a very common one would be data access or theft, especially in today's environment when a person's identity can sell for as much as $50 a piece on the internet. Imagine you hear about 27 million identities being stolen in a single compromise. Can you imagine the amount of money that individual is going to make, possibly in the billions of dollars, assuming they don't get caught? So data access and the theft of sensitive information is way up there on everybody's priority list when these black hats are actually attacking our systems. Again, we're here to determine these holes before they do. We might also be looking to perform a denial of service. I've seen scenarios and actually performed forensics on some systems that were attacked and formatted, where a user actually, again, set up a RAM disk or rebooted the machine to an auto-format image and destroyed all the data on the system. That could be the attacker's goal. So, if that's met, we're going to consider that a fully compromised system. Another compromise, if you're just looking to maintain the system, is going to be rootkits or file replacements. We want to get in there and we want to further utilize that system, maybe even for the long term. Some systems are hacked for years before admins find out about it, usually by accident, where some systems compromise may last 30 seconds when sysadmins and security admins are paying close attention. So we might want to get on there quick, get a rootkit on there to protect our actions, and grab more information. Another very common reason for hacking web servers and internet DNS servers is to house pornography, hacked MP3s, or pirated movies, things of that nature. So there's a lot of that peer-to-peer file sharing or rogue FTP systems that hackers will find a system with a lot of disk space, dump all of their pirated information up there, and then allow their friends and various community members to download that. Once it's found out, they move on to the next system with plenty of disk space. So definitely an option there for us. Also, we're looking for, in some scenarios, this system compromise to actually open the door to further access to other systems. So that may be the intent from the very beginning. And often there'll be a combination effect. We'll go in, we'll root the box with a rootkit, we'll replace some files and set it up to sniff passwords on the network, for example, or to brute force hack a web server from inside the network. Obviously that would be much more efficient. We might create other user accounts, install programs to continue our access in the back end, such as backdoors, all kinds of options available there. We can even install Trojans and keyloggers to try to break into other user accounts or potentially even steal credit card numbers as they pass across the system if that's the type of system that it is. So obviously, depending on our goal here, we want to achieve system compromise as quickly as possible because there are lots of different points during this overall penetration process where we could be detected. And again, a lot of times the compromise may not be taken away. It may in fact be that the forensics acquisition team may be monitoring your activities and you're that much closer to being caught. So we're definitely going to focus in on doing whatever it is as quickly as possible or hiding our actions very well.